It's always the issue of sex.
Okay.
Because I want it this way. You want it that way. No. I don't want it this way. You want me this way. I always tell people, if your sensation is on your left breast and you were enjoying it, if the sensation, because of the hormones in our body, has shifted to the right breast, please let your husband
No.
While at it or afterwards to say, oh boy, you're not trying or something like that.
While at it, you can do it.
Okay.
While at it, if you are touching me here, I can shift your hand. A sensible man will know that you are not feeling that area.
I want something.
Now, if the husband is saying, no, this is where I want to rub, then that's where the problem comes. No.
According to the Vinnell Family Institute, marriages are experiencing a historic long-term decline across nations. In Canada, where we reside, there was a 33% drop in 2020. And that's not the most striking one. In the year 1991, the likelihood of getting married was 74%. But as of 2019, it dropped to 59%. With that, I say, welcome to Open Table TV.
Oga auntie, calm down. Marriage is not that serious like that. Oh. The people who are truly enjoying marriages are those ones who can laugh, joke, tease each other, and still remain best friends, respecting each other. When a couple can gist, play, and be silly together, their home feels light. As a matter of fact, when something is not aligned in that marriage, it becomes easy to notice because the same jokes that used to bring laughter suddenly start sounding like complaints or hidden anger. Sometimes the first sign that something needs attention in your marriage is when laughter disappears. Protect the friendship in your marriage. It is the oil that keeps the engine running. Marriage is not that serious. Laugh. 16 years of marriage has taught me something many people learn too late. Some people think a healthy marriage means always feeling loved, always being understood, and always being happy. Let me be honest with you, that is not the full truth. As someone who counsels couple, marriage has humbled me. Because the same principle that I teach others, I must practice in my home. After 16 years of marriage, here is what I know. Marriage is not sustained by love alone. It is sustained by grace, patience, forgiveness, and the decision to stay committed even when emotions changed. Because emotion would always change. There will be days you feel unseen. There will be days your happiness is not protected. But that doesn't mean that love is absent. Marriage is two imperfect people learning to apologize, pray, communicate, grow, fight for the marriage instead of fighting against each other. Marriage is work. Marriage is growth. Marriage is choosing the same person again and again through different seasons of life. That is the wisdom that I have for you today.
You're welcome back. As always, I am not alone. I have my sister here.
Okay.
And we have a very important guest on the show today. She's no other but Mrs. Bukola Udefiagbon.
Yeah.
Her full name carries like power. I'm going to ask you what it means, but let me
Please don't. Please don't.
Don't go there.
Don't. Don't worry.
Mrs. Bukola Udefiagbon is a marriage counselor and healthy family preservation advocate, passionate about strengthening homes and restoring families. Rooted in Christian faith and biblical principle, she provides a practical guidance to couples navigating marital challenges, conflict resolution, and family stability. Through her work, she champions healthy marriage and relationships and believes that strong family are the foundation of every thriving society. Welcome to the show, madam.
Thank you so much. That was wonderful.
That's your profile. I was like, oh.
I love that. Yes.
I like just diving straight into the conversation.
Let's do it. It's marriage.
Yes. Grab your coffee, tea, whatever, notepad. You will need everything for this episode. Let's start from the top.
Okay.
By your definition as a marriage counselor, what would you define as a healthy marriage?
Going punchy, I would tell you that a healthy marriage, it's a marriage where I'm doing my part, you're doing your part, we're coming together to make things work. The intentionality, the ability to build together and to work together. That's what healthy marriage is. Simply doing your part. When I say part, I'm not taking my part from subjugation. I'm not taking my part from submission. I'm taking my part from partnership. We are partnering together to make this thing work. That's a healthy marriage. Whatever you cannot do to yourself, don't do it to me. Whatever you cannot do to me, please don't do it to yourself. Partnership, it's an agreement, coming together to make things work. Healthy marriage, you will thrive that way.
Before I have so many questions to ask you, but my first question would be career path for you from way back before you came to this new environment. Is this what you've been doing? Or maybe you found yourself in Canada, and we hear stories about couples having issues in the abroad and things like that. So at times that might cause some people to take a career path that this would be lucrative or something I would have a client for.
No, I would tell you no. I have always loved healthy marriages. Far back as when I was in secondary school in Kaduna, there is this couple, they come around, and I just love this guy. Not even from my own family, not from my own parent, from this healthy couple. I'm like, oh my God, I have always loved families, right? And I started in the banking industry. I was with Intercontinental Bank. I moved from Intercontinental Bank. I was by myself. I had to stay home because you know how Nigeria is now. You wake up 4:15 a.m., come back 11. Yeah. And when I got married, no, it wasn't working for my family, the dynamics of the family, because my husband is the kind of person that would go, 28 days, sometimes 2 weeks before he comes back home. So I need to be available for my kids. And I have to, I tell people, you have to step down sometimes. You shift, then you move again, especially in career. So I had to drop. So when I came in here, I went into I came in for my postgraduate actually, but then I said, okay, let me just move to Saskatoon. I moved to Saskatoon from Calgary. No, from Toronto. Toronto was just 2 days movement. So I came in here and I just went into the, working with doctors. And I moved from working with doctors to, I want to work with, I moved from working for doctors to working with doctors. So working for them was, they tell me, they direct me, but working with them is how to sit down and make things work together, how to help families. And I listened to a lot of people coming into the clinic with relationship issues. And it's not just Nigerians, it's not just African. And I just went back to my original state of mind, like, Bukola, you've always loved marriages, you've always loved healthy family, you've always loved families, raising healthy children. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go back into this. So I went back, and I did my certification, I did my diploma, but then I cannot have office of my own because of that. So I had to, I have to go into something that would, give me that, flexibility of having my own office. And I had to just do that, right? And I had to just do that so that I can help families. So by the grace of God, everything is coming together, and I'm just going to be into it. I've always loved families, and I'm here today. And to the glory of God, I'm doing my part. We're working together, and let's see. A lot is happening. It's very draining. As of yesterday, I was drafting, when things comes to my mind like that, I want to write, and I'm like, oh my God, this job, do I really want to continue? It's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot. So you have to prioritize self-care to be able to survive in this industry. It's a lot of stories. Sometimes you listen and you as a professional, you can't sit in presence of a client and be crying for them.
Like being emotional now.
Then you swallow everything. Then after they oh God, people are going through a lot. God help me. So yes, it has always been a thing
to have you, because we know that you're bringing a wealth of knowledge, experience in this field. So you heard the statistics I put out earlier on. However dire and doom and gloomy it is, what do you think, from your own experience, is responsible for this decline in marriages generally?
I would tell you that, taking it back to where we're coming from, I hear people say, oh, when you come to the foreign land, the diaspora, marriages are getting destroyed, people are embracing, divorce, blah, 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 blah. No, it's the dynamics of where you are right now. A lot of people need to understand that when you're coming from wherever you're coming from, that doesn't mean that you don't have problems here. The foreign land only magnifies the crack in that marriage. Now we can now see it clearly. However, if you can understand the dynamics of foreign land, you will survive. When you come to this land, you have to understand that you have to rebuild. You are not just building a life, you're building stability. So you have to rebuild. You have to be willing to forgive, because there are so many things that you probably tolerated back home, wherever you're coming from. When you come here, you will not take it again. That adaptation gap, you have to understand that. Women, the truth is, we adapt easily. Before you know it, we start getting our lives together. Your husband may not do the same thing. Why? Because maybe he was a manager wherever he's coming from. Maybe he was, he was wealthy wherever he's coming from, right? He's coming back here to start from scratch. Hey. It's a lot on his mentals. It's going to stress him. It's going to stress him. And your level of adaptation is different from my level of adaptation. Now we have to hold hands to make things work. Things will not go the same if you want to embrace whatever you have been doing back home in Nigeria and you want to come and dump it on your spouse here. It will not work. But if you make that adjustment, intentionality in building a life together, it will work. So I would tell you that, hey, it's not just one thing. We can't say this is the thing that is, Of course, we apportion that to finances. We say, okay, the adaptation gap that I mentioned, so many things. But the truth is not just one thing. Is little things coming together that is breaking homes. Yes.
So what do you think the role of cultural shift? How do you think cultural shift? Because you made that very potent example of people leaving their primary country of residence and then moving elsewhere. And the culture will be different in this new country. What role does that play? Does it help the institution of marriage, or it further breaks it down?
It would, if you understand that there will be changes. Now, when we're talking about cultural shift, it's not only about the marriage, even with your kids. There are things that you can easily do to your children back home in Nigeria or back home in Africa, and you cannot do it here. If you do it here, they have social workers in their schools. They can start questioning them and they'll be getting word from them. Cultural shifts. The fact that you are now in a foreign land does not mean that you should throw away your culture. At the same time, to what level do you want to practice that cultural shift? To what extent do you want to embrace it? If you're coming from a different culture, you are coming here. Excuse me, the dynamics of foreign land is different. So you have to embrace some things. Provision, let's go back to provision. Let's be practical here. Your wife has a better job. You are the one staying at home. Excuse me. Excuse me. Are you expecting her to come back from that 8 hours of shift? And you are home, sleeping from morning till evening. So you're expecting your wife to now come and wake you on the bed and say, oh, girl, your food is still ready.
It's a red cap chief.
You will drop that cap here. If you want to hold on to that cap, then you will run into trouble. That's the truth. You just have to understand that here, it's not about financial provision. So many you can provide for your home by simply making food for them. You can provide, and as long as the wife is not coming back to abuse you, that's another balance to it. You're not coming to say, hey, I told you to boil the rice, you did not boil it. I told you to do this one, you did not do it. Do you understand? There is a balance to things. You have to understand that cultural shift, you must embrace it for things to work. If not be only one person is suffering. That mentality of, oh, I will just leave her with the kids. She'll be the one dealing with the kids. Excuse me, where you are going to? You want to start another life at 45. You want to start another life at 50. You want to start running from one supermarket to another supermarket. Come on.
Okay.
Come on.
You talked about adaptational gap. You also talked about cultural shift. And from all you've said, it's not something limited to women alone. Both men and women should adjust when they relocate.
Exactly.
Now, that brings me to the question of, like, why do people now, when there's an issue in the marriage, why do society see it as the woman's problem? She has relocated, or she's not submissive again. She's making money. It might not even be an issue of making more money than your spouse. But when there's an issue, especially from my own, like our culture, where we are from, people believe it's the wife's problem.
That's the cultural construct. It's still happening. It will still continue to happen.
So how do we, like, how would a woman manage that, or how would a woman, the women in the world make the society understand that when there's an issue in the family, it's not limited to the woman's fault. It might be both ways.
You don't need to let the world know what you're doing. You can't start coming out and be explaining, oh, women are this, so women are that. Oh. You can only speak for yourself, my sister. I can only speak for myself. When I'm doing counseling, when women come to explain to me the emotion, even me, I will be like, let me even get something to punch this man when it comes. By the time I start listening to that man, it's a different story. Do you understand? It's a cultural thing. We've been there for so many years. Our forefathers, they did it. When marriages are not working, it is the woman that is at fault. When things are not going well, even if the children are not doing fantastic,
it's the mother.
It's the mother. She's the one. We should just do our part. And how do you do your part? The truth is, if you go on Google right now and check, it's factual. The rate of divorce here, or we are the one actually seeking for divorce right now, is mostly from the go and check the rate. It's there. It's the ladies. Why?
So,
Why?
So let me
We are the one now.
Let me put some context to it, because we're talking cultural.
Yeah.
Now, on our side of the culture, the blame is on the woman.
On the woman,
But on the Western side of culture, the blame is on the man.
It's on the man.
So,
and that is why they would always say, "Oh, the culture. I mean, the foreign land. It's women's world. Why? Because whatever happens, not the man. But in our own culture, we are the one. Why? Because we are expected to tolerate. We are expected to stay there, even if you want to die. Yakubu, you will not die. You will try. You will stay there. Do you understand? You will have to, even when they are pinching you every day. The trauma, you are emotionally damaged, you are psychologically damaged, everything. They want you to be there. You have to be there because you are a woman. No. And let me tell you, whatever has happened, wherever you are coming from, if there is a repentance heart here, if the man is saying, I have been a bad husband, maybe not a bad husband, maybe I wasn't living up to the expectation. I have done this, I have done that. Coming to the realization that this will not work here. I tell my ladies, not forgive. But then the hurt, the sorry. Sometimes you know how sorry will become sorry, and it's no longer sorry.
You are not interested.
You are not interested in the sorry. Now
you
now want peace. Like, I just want to be by myself. So a lot is happening out there, my sister.
Just to buttress your point, because you said something, I came with notes.
She's ready. She's so ready.
So I found out that we're bringing this home now to our country, Nigeria. We would also diversify in the course of this conversation. But I found out that even now in Nigeria, with even the culture and everything, divorce rates is 2 to 3% higher than what it used to be in the time of our parents. But that same rate in Nigerian immigrants in the diaspora is 12%.
Oh, that's...
So when they say people come here and there is some statistics to it. But is it fair to put it on the woman? I think it depends on what side you're looking at it from. Because culturally, people are like, it's the woman's fault. Like she said, if a child does well, they will call it a child. That's your father's child. But if a child does something, they'll say, like mother, like daughter, or like what, it's still a cultural thing. But coming back to you, Ma, now that you've been a marriage counselor in this side of the globe, what are the main things that causes issues in marriage? Like, some people say it's finance, some people say it's affection, like love. So from your experience, what causes?
The first one would be finance, and the second one would be disconnection. The dynamics of this diaspora is, some of us are so privileged to be working 8 to 5. Some don't work 8 to 5. Some is mostly 3 to 11, then 11 to 12.
Hot hours.
You see those little time, those little 1 minute, 3 minutes moment that you spend with your spouse is a lot in marriage. It creates that bond. But you see all these odd hours job. Sometimes when your wife is coming in, that is when you're going out. those little gaps. Now, the man is not seeing it like there is love again. You know how our men define love by caring, by food, by there is food in the house. There is something to eat in the fridge. But right now, there is a break in that. There is a crack in that. The connection is now, how do we pay these bills? Oh, bam. Or maybe you are sending text messages. Oh, money, oh, to support me. Oh. That's the only thing that you are now doing together.
Right.
Right? That is why there is a need for a lot of intentionality if you stay in this part of the world to be able to connect with your spouse. If not, and in that moment of disconnection, you are always very tired too. Remember?
Yeah.
So if you are married to a man that wants it day and night,
In the other room.
that's in the other room. There is a disconnection in that.
Yeah.
And now let's talk about finances. Your wife, maybe she wasn't working back home. She's there now, she's making so much money. Or maybe the money that she was getting back home, the truth is, majority of the time, 95% of the money that financing the family back home is always
on
the men, right? But we are here right now. She's not used to the life of you collecting money from her. She's used to spending her own money the way she wants to spend it. If you are a wise man and you want to really make your home to work, you will not be saying, give me that money, oh, blah, 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 blah. You have to come to the level of I am the leader in this house. Then you have to see the way you can actually get your wife to understand that, hey, babe,
I can't do it.
I can't do it alone. Just to be practical, I have seen men, I have dealt with cases of somebody sending a text to the wife that, bring your own house rent. Yeah, bring your own house rent.
So
Also, if I'm paying house
are
rent,
they doing it? This one pays this month, the other person pays the next.
no, it's half. Bring your own part, which is okay because a man cannot do it alone.
Okay.
But a man can. You can put your house together by. You both of you can see. You don't even need to be sending text messages. What do you bring? What do you bring? What do we have? What do we have left at the end of the day? And let me tell you how I have dealt with couples in the past, especially even in this Saskatoon. People that are far older than me in marriage. I'm just going to be 16 years in marriage. I've dealt with people of 20-something. Do you understand? What I did to them was, okay, if this issue of finances is causing a lot of problems in your home, why can't we get a separate account?
Right.
The separate account is, you know what you can contribute, let the money go into that account. You know what you can contribute, let the money go into that account. And at the end of the month, let the man be the one to go there and go and do whatever we want to. But for a man to be sending text messages that bring your own, do you understand?
Sorry, I'm going to jump in here because now, are you saying that when it comes to finances, it should be a 50-50 split?
No.
Okay. So
I'm not saying that. I'm not going to say it's going to be a 50-50. Like from my introduction, you see, I said family preservation.
Right.
If you are doing 50-50, if you are doing 50-50, that means if you are doing 8 hours, I should be doing 8 hours. If you are doing 11 hours, I should be doing 11 hours because everything is now 50-50.
Right.
The house will suffer. The home will suffer. This house that we are seeing is departmental. Family is departmental. People don't want to listen. They don't want to. There are things that by default you will do it right, correctly, more than your husband. That is it.
Yeah.
So if each and every one of us are now working 24 hours of the week, how are we going to take care of our home? And remember, it starts from the family. When I say 50-50, when you know, from the context of what you're saying, I'm not saying 50-50. If you are any more than your husband, why not? If not, you can do more than him. And if you say, okay, you are a man, you have buried your own kingship, and you want to do 50-50 with your spouse, make sure you also draw the timetable for food. Make sure you draw the timetable. You are going to be for sure at home. So when I'm doing laundry, make sure do you understand? Let's rotate it.
Yeah.
But bringing a balance to this, we have men that are doing 2 jobs, right? And the wife is just doing one to maintain the family. And when she's at home, I'm not saying the man will still not help. You will still help. But then we know that the home is departmental. For Yoruba, they go say, "Obìnrin ló ní kitchen." That doesn't mean that we own our own kitchen. We are the one in charge of the kitchen. We are the manager in the home, right? So I'm not saying, no, your husband cannot support you or you cannot support each other, but that's not what I'm saying. But please, never allow your home to suffer. Never allow the marriage even to suffer. If you want to do 50-50, you have signed in for everything. You have to drop your crown. You have to drop it. So when you say A, I should be able to say B. Because you're not alive. The way we are created as ladies, we still want to be taken care of. We want to sit down and be taken care of.
Yeah.
But if I'm seeing myself, if I drop down my feminine energy and I'm into that my masculine energy, like I am now a man, because we are doing it 50-50, you will not enjoy your wife.
But in situations where some women earn more, we've seen situations, we've heard stories of people coming here, the husband might have not gotten the right job, or the wife's career is more lucrative than the husband, and the wife earns more, probably drops more. Are there not families where the wife drops more or drops 50-50 but still acts her responsibilities, maybe as an African, like do the dishes, not entirely doing all the chores, but like not expecting the husband to also share the chores 50-50, or because she earns more or does 50-50?
You know why we always define provision as it's all about money. Okay. You can earn more. That's why I said when there is a crack in the marriage, then there will be a crack everywhere. There is what is the big deal? If God smiled so much on the wife, God is not doing it for just the wife. He's doing it for the family. She's flourishing. We are flourishing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
He is flourishing. We are flourishing together. This 50-50 of a thing, it is not, we've not gotten to that stage. We have not gotten to that level of 50-50. Your wife is doing 50-50, and your wife is doing the 50-50. You still want to be the, when I tell you not to go out, you cannot go out. When I tell you to sit there, you have to sit. It will not work. But provision is beyond finances. It could be the lady doing more. She can be bringing 70 and you are just doing 30. Your provision is to make sure that at least you are supporting her the much you can at home.
Yeah, I think what I take away from what you're saying is that healthy balance. In the home.
There should be.
So, and it is not a broad stroke across different homes. In one home, it can be 50-50, and they are still going. In another home, it can be 60-40. In another home, it can be 30-70. But at the same time, it should be agreeable. Not that somebody is being forced to bring a 70. Like the example you made and said, bring your own part of the rent home. That in itself is a huge flag.
It is.
Like you would say this as a text message to me. Did we leave the house together?
Yeah.
The O that you added to it means that you're saying it either in sarcasm or frustration. So that tells a lot about what is happening in that home. So that's what I take from you, that finances are one of the most important things that cause this rift. But if there's understanding and everybody's on the same page, then it will help. So let's move to the next one.
Okay.
So we've talked about finances. What is the other one?
We talked about disconnection too, because of the way this place is structured. And I'm going to tell you this. I have a couple. They were struggling and going from front to back. I can't really point at anything that is their major problem. I can't even say this is the major problem. And you know what I told them? I told them to take some days off and just to be together. And they did. And that is why we have healthy community around here. Some of us, we have healthy community at church. You should have a sister where you can keep your kids, where they can be safe. I tell you, never neglect that aspect of just staying together alone and, redefining things, coming together and connecting to some levels where you have no disturbance. This connection is contributing. It's a huge part, especially in this diaspora. And again, unforgiveness. A lot of us, we see this ground as, we are here to revenge you. Oh yeah, all the things that you have done to me many years back that I could not fight back then, maybe because of the way the society is. I'm in a society where even if you're not at home with me, you're still supporting me financially, right? They want to fight back. Will I blame anyone for doing that? No. But will I encourage you to please forgive if the person that you're dealing with is willing to work on himself or to work on herself? I would say yes, because this is what I want. Healthy family. And I do not believe that you have to change your spouse to be better. No. You don't have to. You can still maintain the same spouse and you will have a healthier family, a healthier marriage. How do you do that? It comes with willingness. Do you really, really want to make this work? Yes, unfortunately, you will not get the 100% that you think you want from your spouse.
So the willingness, is it coming from the woman or is coming from both?
It's coming from both. Oh.
Right. Okay.
It's coming from both. But then whoever is hurting,
okay,
I work more with whoever is hurting in that marriage. So if it's the woman that is carrying a load of trauma, then I work more with her to forgive, right? If it is the man that is carrying a load of trauma, I work more with the man to forgive. Then from there, we begin to build that connection, and they can be together and have a healthy and raise, healthy children.
Something from scripture where it says you forgive 70 times 7. So from your own experience, because you've taught, I hear you talk about forgive. At what point do you say, okay, I've forgiven enough?
When you can no longer think straight, when you are devalued, when you are at that breaking point of losing your own self-worth, and you are like, no, you can't do this anymore. The breaking point where your emotions are no longer coming together, the resentment is so high that you feel like even doing something to your partner.
Yeah.
I would always advise people to separate at that time. If you can no longer, I cannot keep you where you're thinking about harming your partner. No, I can't. When it's gotten to the point, the breaking point of, no, I can no longer forgive this person because I've lost my own self-worth already, then it's okay to separate. But I would always say this too. The separation, if you know you're still coming back, don't separate more than 6 months, 1 year. Don't go 2 years and think that you will come back. No. So many things will patch on that. So many things will happen. But if you know that, you can't tell people when to heal. You can't tell them how to heal. But you can help them in that healing journey, and that is what I do. But if it got to a point where you are saying, I'm sorry, I just want to be by myself, then it's okay to leave.
Okay, before we go on, I would like to encourage our viewers, our Open Table family, to subscribe, like, and comment on all our videos. We can't do this without your support, subscription, your support. Please do subscribe.
I would extend that. I'm sorry, I think I didn't mention this enough. I would extend that to the children that you guys are raising in that family. If it's beginning to affect your children, it's okay to leave. It's okay to leave. If it's beginning to affect them, if they can no longer see anything good coming from their father or coming from their mother, or even behavioral, you can now tell that they can keep malice now. They know how to keep malice. Do you understand? It's going to become generational at the end of the day. 2 unhealthy parents raising healthy children, no, it will not work.
I was going to ask that, what are the signs you would notice in the kids before you can tell that, oh, this is really affecting my...
Majority of the time, it starts from their schoolwork. Then you will see the teacher will begin to complain and be sending you a manner of emails. And you know how they are very good with emails here. They'll begin to bombard you with all sort of emails. Then even at home, you will see that the joy has declined. So they are careful around mommy, they are careful around daddy, because they don't know when that mommy will yell.
What will trigger?
We don't know what the trigger would be, right? And you can tell the energy in that home. You want to keep kids where mommy is here, daddy is here, and the children are here. And you are now becoming the judge in that home. Now you are beginning to, you're trying to pull them over to yourself by telling them some stuff about their dad, or you're trying to pull them to daddy is trying to pull them to himself by telling them some stuff about their mom. It's becoming very, very toxic. You are destroying them. You're not destroying your partner. You are destroying the generation of those kids. You don't do that if you want a healthy family. And we can see the result everywhere, all over. Majority of the things that we are seeing in our partners that we don't love today, where did they pick it from?
From their parents.
It's generational.
Now, talking about marriage counseling, is it limited to couples, families that have issues? Are there, or does it apply to people that have healthy relationship?
Even if you have a healthy relationship, I would say sometimes you just want to sit down and talk, because if there is no foundational connection in marriage, every other thing collapses in marriage. However, I need money. I want to make money as a counselor. But I also tell people, you don't go for therapy all the time. You don't go for counseling all the time, because you are steering your grievances when you go for counseling. If you come to me for counseling, we are connecting the dots. You start telling me whatever happened, this one happened, that we are steering grievances. in that moment, if before you leave, if you are not careful, you are carrying another load of offenses that you've forgotten about before. You're carrying it home. Even if your marriage is unhealthy and you're going to seek counselors, you're going to seek therapists, please grow. Marriages comes with growth. You cannot be counting years and not be counting growth. Now that you have a problem and you spend your money to see a counselor, please grow.
What do you define as grow? When you say grow in what?
So grow in this context will be whatever is happening in your home that you're not comfortable with, that you are trying to work on. You need to step up from that.
Okay.
If we discuss some solutions, right, and say, okay, can we be doing this together? Do you think it's possible we can do this together?
Practical. Just something that...
A bit practical when we're talking about, let's talk about intercourse.
Okay.
Maybe that's the major problem.
Right.
Maybe your wife is complaining. You're always tired. You are this, you are that. Or maybe the husband too. Maybe he's always tired. And we know that he's actually always tired. Now we're trying to draw a solution. Do you want to reduce your hours of work? Can we do it at this time? Can we do it at that time? And you are saying, no, I will not. I can't change. I can't kill myself for you. I have to remain in the spot. Then you are not growing. Because when you come back again, we'll start from that again. But then if we move on from that stage to another stage of whatever problems that you guys are having, maybe finances, then you are growing. But when you are coming back every time, you're wasting your money on counseling and you are not growing, what are you going to your counselors for? It's a waste of money. And you know what? Counselors will not tell you that you have to do this. Our job is not to command you. Our job is not to enforce you to do things, but we guide you. We bring out the best. We see how we can help, how you can do this and get at your desired result, how I can do this and get and you know, at a desired result, right? That's the job of a counselor. Yeah. And if you decide that when you step out of my presence, I'm still not going to do it, me, I've collected my own money. What? Another client, you know, they are waiting.
It's a beautiful thing you brought out that conversation and that example. I really appreciate that. But I want to stretch it a bit further. Yeah. Because I listened to a talk show where the moderator was asking somebody that she read or she saw it somewhere that there's what they call dutiful sex and beautiful sex. I like the fact that you just
oh my God.
So what's your take on that? I know you probably would have heard.
The biblical principle of marriage, sex is an obligation.
Right.
However, you cannot force anybody to have sex with you. When a spouse is not happy with you, you can't say, I married you. Then I have to sleep with you. The husband cannot say, the wife cannot say, oh, I'm married to you, so you must do it. It's beautiful when we are in need to, we are not here because I have to be here. We are doing it because I love to do it with you. I'm not doing it to please you, but we are doing it for our own enjoyment. Do you understand? I'm happy. I know where, but it's also a duty on the other hand, using the biblical construct of is an obligation, which means there are times that a little bit of self-disclosure here, you know, using myself. It is not every time that I make love that I want to make love.
So when the man is doing you by 4 a.m. and you know that you have to prepare for work the next day,
funny enough,
where would that fall?
I mentioned this somewhere. I was invited somewhere and I mentioned this. There was a time I was going for choir administration. That day I wasn't the one leading, I was the one backing up.
Right.
Obi just came back. He needed to do shorthand. My God, for crying out loud, I was on the altar when I got married. It was part of it.
Right.
I had to quickly do it. I'm not doing it at that time for my own enjoyment though. I'm doing it as a duty. Let me make him happy. And that is marriage. Yeah. That is love. There are things I will leave because my spouse does not want this. I don't want to be doing things that would hurt this guy. There are things that you would just do. There are times that you just want to do. That's where the quickie comes from. Quickie is not about you doing the quickie. Sometimes it could be about the guy, and sometimes it could be even be about the woman. Yeah. It's okay to have quickie, and there are times that I'm a borale. You know, like, you prepare for it. You take your time from one stage to another stage, from one stage to another stage. But then when you are dealing with the partner that is not happy with you, a woman that you have abused, or the husband that you have dragged on the floor, and now you now want that person to be sleeping with you. If they tell you no, is a no. It's no longer a beautiful sex at that time. Now, even if they eventually say, okay, let me just do it, it's become the duty kind of, let me just do it and just
let me be.
Let me be. So that's why I did that little bit of self-disclosure. Every time that I want to sit and get to orgasm, no, there are times that, baby, let's do it, I want to go. And it's okay, because it's not always all the time. That's just quickie, just to make him happy. That is what love is all about now.
Happy and relaxed. Like,
and go and sleep. And I went to my church, I ministered, it was powerful. It's true. That's why I did that self-disclosure. So it's not every time that you want to have it like it has to be papa. Sometimes it's just this guy that is so tired and he just wants his wife, papa, baby, please.
Okay.
But when it's becoming quickie every day, I will say, Ogawambi, what is going on? Do you understand? So it's beautiful when it's coming from the heart. The willingness, I just want to make my spouse happy, or we want to make each other happy.
I really appreciate that.
Oh my God.
So viewers, you are getting jeopardy.
Oh my God.
So the link to her Instagram handle will be on the screen. So please, if you want more of this, I'm going to shift gears now.
Please.
About extended family.
Sorry, before you go into extended family, I have this question because I see your Instagram post and also advices that you give. But why? Like, I've noticed that your advices come at women, like you come from women most times. Is there any reason for that?
I don't. That's the thing. Like, I should clarify that. No, I don't. It's just that the rate of women that are hurting in marriages is higher than the rate of men that are hurting in marriages. One is on Google.
But I'm check it. Not because they don't speak.
No, not because they don't speak.
Okay.
Do you understand? But if you're listening to me from your trauma lens, then Bukola is insulting us here. She's talking about me. But if you are listening to me from that healing process lens, it's different. If I'm talking about a particular issue, I'm not talking about your issue.
Right.
I'm not talking about your issue. I'm talking about what is acceptable generally in marriage and in relationship. However, if you come to me for counseling, this is you. I'm talking about your hurt. I'm talking about your pain. I'm talking about how we can, get you away from that trauma bond to healing circle. That's what we are doing. So I don't know why. And it's okay for people to disagree with whatever you post, but make sure you are not disagreeing from the lens of
denier.
And it's okay. And I also appreciate people validating. I mean, me validating whatever anyone are going through. Okay. But again, for how long do you want to keep validating your pain and your trauma? Move away from it. We are not telling you to do it now because we can't tell you the lengths that it will take for you to get your healing. But please move away from that hurt because you're hurting yourself in the process of holding on to that pain. And so I'm not, no. But the thing is, I don't speak for women, I don't speak for men. I always say that. I speak for humanity. I don't speak for women, I don't speak for men. I have girls, I have boys. So I can't be coming out and be saying all men are this. My boys are still going to become men. I have fathers, I have brothers. I have father, I have brothers. Do you get it? So it's not just the women. No, but I can tell you categorically that a lot of us are hurting and we are bringing that, what he has done 27 years ago or wherever we are coming from. And it's very heavy for us to just let it go. And I understand. But then, please, forgive, rebuild, relearn, and move forward.
My question. Extended families. Because again, we're looking at marriages in this side of the globe. And how does extended family impact the marriages here? Now, narrowing it down to diaspora marriages.
Greatly, they do.
Even when they are not here with you.
I will tell you that in the negative,
Okay.
Oh.
And this also ties back to majorly finances.
Okay.
Because of the burden of, my son is somewhere now, or my daughter is somewhere, but daughter is trying to be secretive, or she's trying to, have her own investment that the husband will not know about. This one too is trying to do her own thing separately. That one is trying to do his own thing separately. They are still in many ways influencing the marriage. Because you will not be transparent to your spouse when you're trying to settle mama back home, and you know that you have burdens here to take care of.
Okay.
So if I'm answering that correctly.
No, because I'm looking at it at the broad, even beyond finances.
Beyond,
Because I don't think it was your handle, but
Okay.
I watched where someone was addressing that the man got offended and broke the marriage because the woman brought her mother without telling him. So did all the arrangement, mama came.
And that's-
he-
is that even a marriage?
No, they are.
He had no clue. And then came home one day and then just received the news, my mom is coming.
Oh, no, that's terrible.
Is that in all honesty, is that marriage?
No.
It's not.
Yeah.
That's the crack that we are talking about. That's not oneness. That's not how to practice togetherness. That is not oneness.
Because this would
So
take...
you did all of the processes.
Yeah,
Sometimes it takes
months,
more
one
than
or year.
3 weeks. 3 months to
yeah,
actually get things
and
in.
you kept that life.
And you kept that. Now, is it enough for you to
break
leave
the
your marriage?
Oh, okay.
The man left because of that.
Oh.
From my own lens, so I will tell you no. I will tell you no. Even though the no will not be, the sorry will not be sorry now. I'm so sorry now. It will go deeper than that.
Right.
But then, why do you want to start all over again? Because your wife did that. Even though she has left a huge crack in that your trust line, it will be very difficult for your husband now to trust you with anything, because he doesn't know what you're doing behind him. Maybe it has happened now. Even in this Saskatoon, you will see women with 4-story building back home, and the husband is here. They are struggling to pay house rent.
Really?
Oh yes.
Oh.
No, but it happens in Nigeria now, so it's not.
You want it to be.
That's true.
You want it to be.
Unique here.
Yeah, you want us to be
It happens in
practical.
Nigeria.
Yes.
Yes. The woman will build an entire.
And
But
then-
I think it swings both ways.
That's the issue of
Sweet,
trust
sweet,
in
sweet.
marriage.
No. Men thinks by default. Men thinks that you are not supposed to know everything. I hope you know that. Because they want to help you to manage your emotion. You know how we react. That's the truth. Sometimes we don't take our time to process things before we react. So by keeping those secrets to them, I'm helping you to be healthy. I'm helping your
Not to hurt.
emotions.
Oh.
Do you understand? But I want to know everything. But if I tell you now, you will cause another trouble in this house. So they are keeping it. Are you
Do you
helping?
subscribe to men?
No,
Stuff?
no,
I just
No.
did that.
Yeah, I was
no.
going
No, I'm just telling you that this is what
they-
most of them thinks, that they are helping you to be, to be healthy,
manage your
to manage your emotions, or to manage your reactions, right? Or even to put you in trouble. They don't want to tell you some things that mama is telling them, because they don't want you to hate mama.
Oh, yeah.
Do you understand? You know how we process things now, woman to woman. I know where mama is going. I know what mama is driving at now. Do you understand? They are helping you, but in the process of you helping me, you are also damaging the marriage. Because the secret that is keeping the marriage is still the same secret that will break it when I find out. The same secret that you think is keeping the marriage is keeping us together. I don't want to tell her this, so that I don't want to tell her this. That same secret, when I find out, it will still break the marriage. Do you understand?
Yeah.
So how do you now balance it? Manage the information. I need to know. That is why we are together.
Right.
And we both need growth too. It's not just the men.
Amen.
We need growth too. Even though we are emotional beings, we want to react to things the way it comes and ba 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 ba. But then there is a need.
So you mentioned about finances, sending money back home. What, because we're picking each issue and then preferring the solution to it. So in that example that you gave, what would be the best way to handle it so that each spouse doesn't feel that, you are sending money to your own people and we are suffering here? What would be the best way to handle? Because we all
I would, in all honesty, tell both of you to sit down together and talk about this. We have situations whereby we have parents that we still need to support back home. Forget about, oh, my parents are okay or your parents are not okay. No. As long as we are sending money to your own parent, we need to create a balance. You need to support my own parent too. Because the time will come that I will start questioning that. I've not sent anything to my mom. What is happening? We are sending stuff to your own mom every month. So how do we balance that? And if you are helping your brothers, your sisters at home, and this is another thing that I want to throw out there, how are you helping them? Would you want to help them forever? Do you understand?
Yeah.
Are you just giving them money? Can't they grow out of my uncle is somewhere suffering? Can't they start generating their own income themselves? Why do you want to help them forever? And this is what I practice too in my extended. This is a self-disclosure. What do you want to do with your life? Because I have my own kids, so I need to save money for their education. You cannot have a family here. You will be suffering here. You can't go to Michael Kors. You can't buy Coach. Do you understand? Maybe you patronize thrift store just because we want to save some money, but the money that we are saving, you are sending it back home. There will be trouble. That's the truth. Because you are still going to suffer it. You want to make the poverty to be an extended a generational poverty. Carrying baggage from one baggage to another baggage. When I'm actively working to save something up for my children and you're packing them, you're sending them back home. It's not going to work. How do we balance this? Send money to Baba, send money to this person. And there's no big deal. And I don't know how to say this because of what you said the other time. If a woman is always saying no to everything, you will not hear everything from your husband. That's the truth.
Right, okay.
If the answer is always no, this person is sick, can we just get, send something? Or mama is sick, no. Another day I come back to you, even you. Imagine this invite now. I've been turning you down, saying no. You will go and look for another person now. Like, Kilo Day, are you the only one? You move away from that. Another self-disclosure. I received a text message from somebody back home in Nigeria during the December time. You know how I mean? And the person is thanking me for the money that my husband sent to her.
Oh boy.
And I'm not even aware of it. Not.
Okay.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
See, this money has not affected my family in any way. I don't need to carry it on my head and start fighting. Even though you should have told me. Do you understand? And it will not always work like this for every family. We have families that they are so used to, you do your thing, I do my thing, and they're still together.
Yeah.
And they're fine. And we have families that you dare not. If you try it,
it's going to be a big issue.
Do you understand? I really don't need to start, no, you started keeping sick. No, At the end of the day, I didn't even ask him immediately.
Oh, I was going to ask that. In that situation, would you
I didn't even ask immediately.
Or just...
even the lady that was sending me, thank you so much, blah, 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 brother, oh, wow, you're welcome, ma, you're welcome, ma. I don't need to pull myself out there and start letting her know that uncle did not tell me that he was sending you money. And this money has not affected us in any way. Why do I need to make trouble? Why do I need to make wahala because of that? Even though, you sent to the person, oh, sorry, I was listening. It's okay.
Let's move on.
It's not everything that you want to trash. It's not everything that we must get to the bottom of this, to this issue. You will get peace. You won't have peace of mind. If you want to, everything, we have to get to the root of, will get peace of mind. That's the truth. But if the house is suffering, if we are lacking, and somebody is sending me a text to thank Oga.
Oga would explain.
I'm still going to handle that with wisdom. I know go fight and tear the roof down.
So on a lighter note, I saw this short skit and I want to use it to ask you a question. So the woman was in the sitting room. For whatever reason, the husband's phone was there charging and it started ringing. And what was written there is carpenter. And then the lady said, honey, carpenter is calling.
You will say no.
And the man ran out from the bathroom.
Oh my Lord.
In a towel and grabbed the phone and said, no, I will talk to him. So that leads me to my question.
Infidelity.
But the bigger question is, when it comes to our devices, some people say, oh yeah, everybody can password their phone. You don't have to see what's going on my phone. Do you think that creates a healthy relationship, or if you don't see it, it doesn't exist? What's your take about
it doesn't create any healthy relationship.
So everybody
It's a seed of discord.
Yeah.
Once we start maintaining our own part in that marriage, we are no longer in partnership. If whatever you have in your phone becomes abominable for your wife to see, if whatever is on your phone becomes abominable for your spouse to see, then that's a seed right there. You want me to put my own life? Let me tell you, there is a difference between privacy and secrecy. And they will tell you, that's my privacy. No.
Okay.
Let me give a practical example of privacy and secrecy. If I decide right now that, I just want to be here alone and just work on some things, I need some privacy, right? I just want to be by myself. And I'm doing whatever I'm doing. Of course, my spouse can come inside now and see whatever I'm doing. But if whatever I'm doing
becomes hidden, something
becomes abominable for my spouse to see, whatever I'm doing, that's secrecy. We all have that. We want to have that private moment. This is your privacy. That's the truth. It's my privacy. But even in that privacy, there is still this aspect of, I shouldn't be killing myself because you shouldn't be hiding your privacy from me now.
I'm calling chick.
Carpenter. Turn the table around. Turn it around. How would you feel? How would you feel? You treat your spouse how you want to be treated. And you know what? By the time you start building your life separately like that, unfortunately, what do you expect your spouse to do? You're obviously building your life separately. You're empowering me to protect my own boundaries too. God forbid. I have a nurse back home in Nigeria. She was living in our house anyway. And she told me, Yaba left now. Yaba, 85% of their clients there that are ladies, it's from relationship, mental breakdown. It's from marriages and relationship. Do you know what it is for you to be building your life with somebody that is building his life with another person? You're building your life. You think you have a life together. We see a lot on social media. Look at May. Look at that lady. Really she thought she was building her life with a man that is also building his life with another person. And guess what? Majority of the people around those people, they knew that this guy was building his life separately with another. Nobody told her. It was when you and I read it on Gist Lover that she also found out.
Yeah. That was.
Do you know how hurtful that is?
But wouldn't some people push that she should have forgiven?
The guy was not ready.
He wasn't ready.
Because he wasn't ready. The second woman.
He wasn't ready. He wanted to be eating rice.
And the lady said, I won't subscribe to this.
And the lady said, I will not be numbered. Will I now kill her and say, no, you need to forgive?
Yeah.
No, it's not even. See, forget about the cultural aspect of this. Medically, it is not advisable. I cannot be sharing with you what every other person are. See, any lady, I say this, any lady that is okay sleeping with a married man, or any lady that any man that is okay sleeping with a married woman, they can sleep with anything that comes their way. So you are sharing your body with millions of people and you're bringing it back home to me. No. What if I'm the one out of that 100% that would contact what's it called, sexually transmitted diseases? And the rate is so high right now, especially HIV. So no, it's not about me. You're not going to use my money to take another wife. But no, I want to be alive for my own children. Right. So unfortunately, I'm sorry, it's your choice, but that's
but how would
I don't want it.
Sorry to call. How would a man choose, decide to leave a woman you started well, you spent many years with, and decide to go for someone that you met recently and started?
No, not recent too.
They've been together, but he had been with May for men, they have grown-up children.
See.
So I believe if a woman says, I don't want to be numbered, a man should actually pick her and let the new be.
No, but if we want to go that route, as far as I remember or I know, most of the celebrities we have, most of them are no longer with the wife they started with.
Excuse me.
So do people grow out of marriage?
It's not just celebrities. It's
I'm
because
just
we
saying
see,
that
it's because
Yeah,
they are
but
the
do
ones
people
in the
grow out
forefront.
of marriage? Like, how would you?
Unfortunately, the answer is a yes. You can grow out of that marriage. Now, when we talk about growth in marriage, are we just talking about the growth of self-development? Because if you are developing yourself from one stage to another stage and your woman is at home doing nothing, she's not adding value to her life, she's not adding value to herself, you can grow out of that marriage. That's the truth. Because you will no longer begin to speak the same English. The language will be so different. So anytime I'm calling my wife, she's talking about Pepe, she's talking about Gary. But when you are speaking with your professionals, why am I taking it from that angle? I have seen men with dedicated, oh my God, it's ridiculous to say this. This woman would literally kneel for her husband. We are not talking about Nigeria. I don't want to start mentioning cities. And this man, at the end of the day, he decided to leave the woman because that's the kind of woman he wants. Or I want a woman that is homely, cook for me, clean, just stay at home. I can give you the money. And she was doing that, thinking that's the only way to tie a man down. Guess what? When the man wanted to move on, who did he move on to? He didn't move on to a woman like that. He moved on to a woman with masters, a woman that is pushing books out there, a woman that has value in terms of career-wise. He moved on to another, to somebody like that. But initially, he wanted a woman that would stay at home and that would do the dishes, cook, do all sort of.
So what could have changed?
What changed was because that woman refused to grow.
To self-develop.
To self-develop.
So please self-develop yourself.
Yeah. And let me tell you, there is a huge gap if we are not careful when raising these kids. It's a lot. Do you understand? And that's where the intentionality comes in when raising our kids. If you are not careful, you would shift that concentration from your spouse to those children because you're trying to raise them right. And an understanding husband or a wholesome husband would understand that we are doing this together. That is when the majority of these our men, they lose that balance because they are looking for peace. And guess what the definition of peace is? They are not coming to the house where children are crying, you need to pick this one from this one, you need to pick that one from this one. So they will go and look for a woman where they will cross their leg and sit in an hotel thinking that is peace. Because of course, those ones that they are with, they are not building any life together. So there will be no disagreement. No disagreement, no yelling, no shouting. It's just do whatever nonsense, eat, relax, sleep. Now there is peace here. The thing is, they will not come and tell us when they start another life. They don't come back to tell us that what they ran away from is exactly what they are starting from scratch again. From fry pan to fire. Do you understand? And it's so painful to women that is the time that you will think, we'll build something healthy together. The kids are getting to university. Now it's just me and my husband. And that is when that midlife crisis hits our men so bad. And they just start misbehaving. Anytime I go out to drop my kids, my friend, you'll probably see this. Anytime I go out to drop my kids for football, I always just sit inside my car and be praying for men. I do it wholeheartedly. Every time. And I tell her, and sometimes we just start praying like that. Why? Because I see these men, some of them, majority of them running around to take care of these little ones, taking them everywhere. And within that midlife crisis, they will just lose the balance. And you know what? All of this that they were doing, all of those dedication, all of those commitments, we erase them all. We forget about, he was a nice, he was a good father. I beg. Because when the wife needed him most, that's when life.
And that's when the children
So
will
I just pray for them that God, as they are being committed, taking these kids from one activity ground to one activity ground, God should just sustain them, help them to hold on to that. They shouldn't lose balance when they're supposed to be settling in with their wives. I always pray for them because I see how some of them are running around in that -40 cold weather. They will be running around, picking this one, dropping this one. Even me, when I'm doing it, do you understand? I just pray for them.
I say a big amen to that. In wrapping up, as a marriage coach, what is the funniest or silliest coaching session that you have been in, and you're like, you people brought this one here too?
Let me think. Professionally, nothing is silly.
Okay.
Professionally, nothing is little. But it's always the issue of sex.
Okay.
Because I want it this way. You want it that way. No. I don't want it this way. You want me this way. I always tell people, if your sensation is on your left breast and you were enjoying it, if the sensation, because of the hormones in our body, has shifted to the right breast, please let your husband know. Communication.
So are you saying women don't communicate well when it comes to sex?
No, I wouldn't say they don't. I wouldn't generalize. I don't want to say women. So we are concentrating that on what would be my silliest, right? Was that what you said?
That's the question.
So that's what I'm saying. Like sometimes we just assume that you're supposed to know that I'm not enjoying it.
Right.
Do you understand? You'll be like, no. You've gotten to orgasm. I have never. No, don't tell me that. I just pretended. It's funny, but professionally it's not funny, right? So I'm just talking about the issue of communication in marriage. Speak. When the friendship is solid, when the connection is solid, you can say anything to your spouse. You can
while at it or afterwards to say, oh boy, you're not trying or something like that.
While at it, you can do it.
Okay.
While at it, if you are touching me here, I can shift your hand. A sensible man will know that you are not feeling that area.
I want something.
Now, if the husband is saying, no, this is where I want to rub, then that's where the problem comes. No, that's not what I want.
And
even after that, if he's still not getting that message, we can talk about it later on.
Right.
We can always talk about things. But then, just talk. Keep talking. Keep talking. Any marital issues like this, any marital discussions like this, they always talk about communication. And I always tell people, I know we talk about communication a lot. It's overflowed. Communicate. But then how do you communicate? When do you communicate? With whom are you communicating?
Right.
If I'm telling you things, if I'm doing self-disclosure about my husband, if you carry that and go and dump on your own husband, it's a problem. That is why many marriages are still not working, despite the fact that people are following 21 marriage counselor. They are following 30 marriage counselor. They are following 50 marriage counselors on every platform. It's still not working. Why? Because you are dumping. You are not taking wisdom from it and applying it the way it should be applied. But you are dumping all of those things. Oh, they said, boom. And the person that you are dealing with does not have the same temperament with the person that you are dumping stuff on. So with whom are you communicating? When are you communicating? Those are the major. We can't finich all of these things here today.
It's a lot.
Marriage is
a lot.
something else. But
there's one other expertise of your expertise that I just remembered now. Matchmaking.
I do it a lot, and to the glory of God. I've had just one marriage, but awesome. I've also had several introductions, and even till 2 days ago, I still connected Saskatoon to Maryland, USA. I do it a lot.
Is it a paid service?
It's a paid service.
Okay. So the men usually comes to you for partners?
No, sometimes when I have list of people that I'm working with, it's just like a department. That's not my major. My major is always marriages and healthy families, but it's a department in my stuff. So if you come to me looking for a wife and I check my list, whatever, I would always talk to you. We go on Zoom, we talk, tell me what you want. I ask you questions. I do a little bit of verification here and there. I go on social medias, look at your past life and ask questions and all of those things. We put it together and I don't have what you want, then you would see me post. But if I'm not posting, that does not mean I'm not connected.
So there are some underground.
So I have people that have been with me for 6 weeks, 6 months, even 6 months. And if I'm able to connect you, I do it like right away. If I'm not able to connect you, then I tell you to wait. And if I wait for some time, I don't have that specification, I don't have what you're looking for, then you see me post randomly saying, oh, I need.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for coming on the show. This has been a roller coaster ride, guys. And I know that some of you would have comments, reactions, whatever it is. Put it down on the comment section and you would get a response from us. Thank you for staying with us so far. And if you have watched to this point, hit that like button. Wait,
Please hit the like button,
Hit the like
subscribe.
subscribe. So final words before we leave, Okiki?
Marriage is beautiful. Let's just keep it that way and tolerate each other.
Yes, I'll take from her, marriage is a beautiful thing, a beautiful union. And all we are saying is do your part. Let me do my part. Treat people how you want to be treated. And trust me, you will get the best out of it. Don't listen to people telling you marriage is easy. It's not easy. It comes with a lot of work, but intentionality first, willingness to make it work. And trust me, it will work. Thank you.
And like always, life is for the living. We'll see you on the next.
Thank you.
Bye.